Five biggest mistakes that life coaches make when they start their career as life coaches. So I'm going to set them out, each one on its own, and I'll explain and justify each one as I go. And the last one is probably the biggest one, the one that most coaches make the biggest mistakes on. So the first biggest mistake they make is most coaches believe that they have to start with a niche. I know, every marketing guru tells you determine your niche and focus on your niche. Well, in reality, you actually don't know what your niche is because you've got a predetermined or a desired niche you want to start on with, but your natural customer base might look slightly different. So I personally believe when you start your coaching practice, do not decide on a niche. Start coaching your natural niche, the natural group of people that come back to you, that refer people to you. They will reveal themselves to you very soon in your coaching career. And only then do you say, this is my niche. Let your niche not be a predetermined idea, but let your niche be something that you are naturally gifted, naturally talented, naturally capable in. That's the first biggest mistake most coaches make, is they predetermine, oh, this is going to be my niche, and they jump in and they're actually wrong. The second biggest mistake that coaches make is they hold back and they've got a fear that they might do something wrong in the coaching session. This obviously is a lack of bad training, but also a lack of a little bit of confidence. In 99% of all coaching situations, you cannot break your client. Your client is coming for a need. So a bad session is merely when you do not supply that need or give them the outcome they're looking for. You can't break them, you can't damage them. If you operate from a platform of true authenticity and you love your clients and you want to do well with them, and your heart is really out there to make them better versions of themselves, then you cannot break your client. Just go for it. Yes, you will have some mistake sessions in the beginning. Yes, not every session is going to be perfect. Yes, you're going to have some clients who are going to walk out and not come back. But that's part of the learning curve. That's how you develop. So get coaching and don't fear the bad sessions. They'll come, but they'll go, and eventually you'll hit each session perfectly and you'll become that exquisite coach that you've been dreaming to become. So the third problem or mistake or little error that most coaches make, they don't charge. They do not realize the true value that they bring in a coaching session. As coaches, we need to appreciate that we don't charge per hour. We don't charge our time like many other professions do. We charge for the change we bring in someone's life in a very, very short time frame. And the value of that is extreme. For if I look over the 10, 15 years I've been doing this, the amount of people that still communicate with me after 10, 15 years that I've coached them, they tell me, Dion, you saved my life. The change you brought was magnificent. You this, you that. Guys, there's value for the client in coaching. If you're going to do free sessions, how do you expect them to commit to the change? How do you expect them to really fully see and experience the value that you're offering? If you're working for free, if you're coaching people for free, you're not attaching value to your own service. You are a valuable human being. You are a magnificent, glorious creation. You've got a right to give your time to someone else in exchange for value. Now, if they're not going to bring you a lot of money, let them bring you a chicken, let them bring you a bag of potatoes. Let them give you something of value in return for the session. Because your focus, your level of professionalism will rise as you charge. That was mistake number 3. Is a lot of coaches don't charge. Mistake number 4 that I see a lot of coaches do is they go through a course, they might do a brilliant course, and then they wait for perfection. They wait for themselves to become these perfect, sorted out people before they start coaching. Well, you are never going to reach that level of perfection. You're never going to be that perfect person that everybody wants to be coached by. You are going to be a human being with your flaws, with your errors, with all the character traits that you've got now, and you're going to have probably a few new ones pop up in the future. Start coaching as you are. You are right now the best version of you. There is no one else in this world that is like you and that is as perfect as you can be right now. Start coaching. You are never going to reach that level of absolute perfection. If you do, give me a call. I'll come and worship you as a God. But trust me, it's not going to happen. You're always going to have something in the back of your mind saying, am I good enough? Am I an imposter? Is this really for me? That voice will always be there. Apply courage, step up, and become the coach that you were born to be. That was mistake number 4. They don't practice, they don't jump in, and they procrastinate before they start. The biggest problem with that is if you wait too long, you're going to forget what you learned in your training originally, and then you'll never start. So do your course, get certified, get going, start coaching. Mistake number 5 that most coaches make. They don't realize that a coaching business is a business. You need to think like an entrepreneur. You need to think like a business person. You need to promote yourself. You need to put yourself out there. You need to build your network. You need to build your database. Now, the first thing most coaches do is they want to get a fancy name. They want to get a great logo and a fantastic website. Well, that's money spent. That's not going to give you a return because nobody's going to find your website. Nobody knows who you are. Get onto social media and start talking to people. Start running workshops. Start running webinars. Get yourself out there. Show people what you are capable of and that you are an expert in your field and you know what you're doing. Think like a business person, not like a coach. So you've got to learn how to promote yourself and how to get yourself out there. Go do some short courses. Speak to friends that have done something similar. Do some homework, but think like a business person and not only as a coach.
Visit actionfactory.co.za to find out more. Change your mind. Change your life.